Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
He's old, he's bold and he smells like mould. It's Barney!
And introducing to the stage, sushi isn't the only thing she likes raw. It's Miss Lukey Luck.
Oi, oi! Straight in with an introducing to the stage.
Yeah, I thought so. Why not? I just kicked me slides off. I mean, business, Lukes.
Oh, interesting. What have we been up to this week?
Well, we're back in the studio, face to face, living it out loud.
Yep, Thursday we were back in, so ending the week manically trying to fucking sorry for my language so early in the pod, catch up on all these bloody wig orders that we've got piling up round our ears.
But a thank you to our lovely we sent out about 30 emails to our different customers saying hi, we're currently all dying, and basically faced with very minimal pushback, which was
Thank you.
So thank you to our very gorgeous customers who made it very easy for us to isolate in unbearable situations. But we still kept up with that pod though, didn't we?
Oh, you got to ensure.
Oh, you cannot stop us. We're like a jogging eat, aren't we?
And then on last Sunday week, we only went and got our fantastic Truffle Pig James Davidson logo tattooed on us by my friend and confidant, Hannah Curls. You can find her on Instagram, h.a.n.n.a.h_k, and she really needs a more pod-friendly Instagram handle.
And she is the sweetest angel and the sickest motherfucking tattoo artist. I've got 2 by her. You've got 100 by her, haven't you?
Oh, many.
Yeah, she's honestly, go check her work out because she is the fucking best. And she done turned this shit out. James Davidson's work, I mean, as anyone who's frequented East London will know, is like...
I'm trying to work out why Barney's lifting his top up to show me like we haven't got the exact same tattoo.
What? I was just checking how scabby it is. It is a bit scabby at the moment. It needs a bit of cream. But his work is quite airbrushed, and that often don't lend itself well to tattoos. But here she is with the skills to pay the bills.
Do you know why?
Why?
Lesbian.
Well, exactly.
She's just got it. She gets it.
The quiz will do it.
They're coming for you.
Jesus won't. The quiz will do it.
Shall we get into this?
Do you want to get into it?
Well, what we're going to do, avid listeners, is we are going to split this up, as we're not sure how much we're going to have to talk about, with Meet the Queens UK.
Yeah.
So that basically.
Yes, we're going to do a little intro to all our new UK gals who you're all, I'm sure, absolutely fucking so excited to see, as we were. But I guess let's get into this Smackdown.
Previously on All Stars.
Okay, so first let's just catch up from last week.
I wish you would.
The Honeys gave us their drag tot characters and runway. Raja D. O'Hara was named the top all-star of the week. She had to lip sync for her legacy against very bitter Cameron Michaels, who won and revealed that Eureka had been the next queen to sashay away. Or did she? But now we finally see a mega mix of all the previously eliminated queens kind of reacting to the message.
While the top 4 just have to sit there with a Singapore sling and just watch the show, which would be terrifying though, because you'd be like, this is like, whoever wins this, I'm going to have to go up against.
Yeah.
They just got to sit there and just take it.
But it was nice to see that everyone voted to keep Trinity in again.
Of course.
You can't deny her a place in the top 4.
No, of course not.
Stop it. Don't you do it.
It's a great top 4, but I'm ready for it to be a top 3. See you later. Adios, Ginger Minge. What about when Kylie was like, we don't get calls late at night.
Oh, did you see on Instagram, she showed us what was meant to happen with her top runway. She's wearing that lovely, that sort of, I wouldn't say lovely, that big floor-length sequence skirt. And that was meant to kind of drop down to the floor in a spinning motion, very magical, revealing just a lovely pair of sequence clam diggers.
Oh, gorgeous.
But apparently there was a safety pin wardrobe malfunction, so we didn't get that.
If anyone knows a safety pin wardrobe malfunction, it's LG. This motherfucking game within a game. Why they couldn't just play a nice game of Yahtzee or something, I don't know.
I love Yahtzee.
Do you?
And what's that one with the pigs? not pick up pigs. You've got like throw pigs, and then these two pigs, and whatever position they land in is kind of like a pig Yahtzee.
Sick. This already. Do you remember? I was almost going to say we need to cut back to next week because I remember saying last week. I remember saying last week that I was like, what if it's just unbearable and we just sit there screaming the whole time and it's
not
just,
good screams.
No, and it's just like really fucking awful judging and the whole thing is really stressful. Wow.
Here we are.
Mystic Meg. It's like I saw it all, didn't I?
We should have known, because as soon as that alarm comes on, like, you know it's bad news. Last time we had it out of the blue, the UK Huns had to go home because it was COVID. So you know it's not going to be... When is an air raid / alarm ever good news?
Well, exactly. Ask my nan. I was just absolutely dying at TKB. She was not having it at all. From the very first second it just cut to her and she was just like... No.
Did you see what she said about it on Insta?
No, but you're going to tell us.
First of all, she was like, well, yes, I was pissed, firstly. But basically, their working day starts at 6 a.m. By the time they come back into the room after the lip sync, it's about 11 p.m. And now you're throwing this at us.
Yeah.
And also, she was just so proud to have made it to the top 4. Like, she really doesn't want anyone coming through that. And I get that 100%. But then she did say that she snapped out of it pretty fast and they kind of tried to not show that. So she wasn't like screwing the whole time.
My testes have been strapped up inside my Samantha Janus for over 14 hours. Like, let the girls have a break.
Please.
Honestly.
Just cut a little hole in that catsuit and let them dangle out like real cat balls.
Like a couple of low hangers. I don't. Also, as well, I think that every single person that has any sort of attitude about it should have to watch at least the show with their balls strapped up inside their anal cavities.
Yeah.
Like, no pain.
I
No
do
pain
every
like
week
it.
just to feel part of it.
I've got them now.
Yeah.
I've bejeweled the
True
front.
professionals.
Yeah, bejeweled the front. And I'm sitting down and bouncing.
What did you think to the format of the game within a game? Did it live up to the hype?
What? There be no hype here.
I was
hyping.
hyped. Like, what could it be?
It's hard. I just don't think it's fair. It sounds so bratty. I sound very Jan, don't I? I don't think it's fair. Because these bitches have gone. I don't care for this TV madness. Like, if someone, perhaps a Silky Nutmeg Ganache, imagine if she got in the top 3 over someone that had gone through the whole way. Like, just because they're different parameters. Like, when you're lip syncing in this little Smackdown thing, they just want to be entertained for 3 minutes. And if you can keep on doing that over and over again for 3 minutes, that's a very different skill to have progressed throughout different portions of the TV show.
Yeah, and excelling in different types of challenges.
Yeah, being a comedian, being able to turn like a look, being able to do a makeover on someone. Like, just because you may have like some tips and tricks up your sleeve, it doesn't mean that you should be able to come back in the challenge over
a whole
someone.
heap of shit up them sleeves, isn't
She's
she?
got big old sleeves.
Yeah, I just thought it was a bit like of a
Anticlimax.
Yeah, anticlimax. Just like, oh, is that it? Just another lip sync battle. And yeah, I think you're right. I feel like if they're going to do that, it should come earlier.
Yeah.
So it's not kind of like you've won a place to the final and then all these people have worked super hard. Especially with Silky, if it is her, she was like out week 3. Like, she ain't been in it for time.
Wasn't she the second? Wasn't she?
Maybe 2? Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because then she did against
Serena Chacha. Yeah.
and Jiggles.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me turn
Professor Jigglesworth. Did you see Raja standing there with a lovely bevel though?
Well,
A
listen.
showgirl.
I was going to say you can't beat it out of him. Oh, beat it out like fuck him.
Sure.
Not. Oh no. I just don't think it's fair, and I'd like to know whether you think it's fair. Do you love it as a TV and a TV thing?
It's tough. I can't tell if I would find it more acceptable if it was people from later on because they've completed more challenges, or if it's just because I prefer a lot of the people later on, so I kind of would have wanted them to have had a second chance. Basically, Akira. I wanted Akira back. Or Reeksies. That remains to be seen. Well, shall we move on to Smackdown 1? Fight!
It is Serena versus Ms. Jiggly.
I thought Serena looked cute with that hair, but I could see the edges of that lace in the wide shot, honey.
Wide shot.
We
weren't even scoping for it.
No, and then they're waving
at
at me.
From space. She's all about that sateen ruffle, though, isn't she? I like it. I like it on her. She lets them sort of. She gives you drag.
Yeah, I thought her little bunches were cute. Although when I see someone in like a massive coat, I just think, okay, what's underneath? Yeah, it's a bit boring. I didn't really care for Jiggly's outfit though.
I thought her face looked cute as hell.
Her face, of course. I did appreciate the smack talk though.
That I literally wrote very into the smack talk.
And then that took me on a little mini tangent, a tangent, if you will. It reminded me of Mindy Kaling in The Office, Kelly Kapoor. Yeah. She has a good quote about that. And she says, I don't talk trash, I talk smack. They're totally different. Trash talk is all hypothetical, like your mum is so fat she could eat the internet. But smack talk is happening like right now. Like, you're ugly, I know it for a fact because I got the evidence right there.
I fucking love Mindy Kaling. But famously,
transphobe.
What?
I thought that's not normally how it always goes. I love her, but it turns out she is a transphobe.
No, thank God. Well, hopefully, I hope not. But no, what I was going to say is, famously though, it is. It is Whoopi.
Nurse?
Whoopi that is the most famous female comedian. Do you remember from your list the other day that it was like, the only famous woman alive
the only famous black woman
alive is Whoopi.
The most famous comedian woman, according to Google, is Anna Kendrick. Or best.
What?
I know.
I honestly...
I really hate it, Cassie.
Have we got a second to talk about Anna Kendrick? Because she has never been in anything where she has been remotely bearable. She is like so irritating as a person. She's built her entire sort of identity on being like, I'm not like the other girls.
Do you think she's fallen into that category that you have mentioned, I don't think on the pod, but to me that like Emma Watson falls into, kind of, they're fine, but they're not super beautiful. And then because of that, everyone just thinks they're, what is the theory again?
My theory, I mean, please don't come for me. This is just a very unhinged theory as always. But the people like Anne Hathaway and Emma Watson, they are successful, attractive, they're good at what they do, but they're like very, very easy targets. I believe it was Caroline Calloway that said that that a white woman is the last remaining person that it's okay and you can almost feel good about ripping on the internet openly. And she said that, like people like Emma Watson and Anne Hathaway, they're like so irritating, which they are, that they provide a really easy channel for people's just like blatant misogyny to be like, oh my God, women, I fucking hate women. The way that some people speak about people like Anne Hathaway is like insane. Like,
and she's so unoffensive. She's just like, she's just there.
Isn't she? Like, and Emma Watson as well. Like people are like, they somewhat for some reason see like a safe place to just really guide all of their fucking awful misogyny.
I couldn't do it to someone who was very beautiful because that would be bad, and I couldn't do it to someone who was really ugly because that would be rude. But if you're just in the middle, just
exactly. Like they've both got the sort of beauty that's kind of like arguable. That it's like, yeah, she's fine, whatever. But you couldn't go up against someone that was like, are you fucking kidding me? You're such a hater for saying negative things about her. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of safe to point out the things that you don't like about the way she looks.
Yeah.
And again, with her personality, that like they are both privileged white women, so that then people don't feel too bad because they're like, oh well, she's rich and she's got a really successful career, so people can just go really fucking ham on her with their misogyny. And I think it's like, for me, that's a bit of like an indicator of like, when I hear people, there's a whole group of them. There's like about.
Don't bring Keira Knightley into this because I hate her for really genuine reasons.
But I do think Keira, not so much anymore because she's older and she's like, I feel like her sort of back catalogue of work now. But when she was a teen, I think she was in that thing as well, that just people are very openly, very misogynistic about her for no reason when they're just so inoffensive. But, sorry, we digress.
Free Your Mind, what a banger of a song.
Oh my God, I would die if I found out this was the lip sync.
Same. And also I've got to shout out Maggie. This is one of the songs that makes me think of her, and maybe at this point we need to put a picture of her on the Insta.
Maggie, just 'cause we
give
talk
these
about it
bitches
so much.
a fucking visual. They need to know
We've
who
said
Magster
before,
is.
listen, one of our friends, Maggie, I don't think you'd be ready for her. The seething and cutting.
Well, she's got nothing to
critique-
lose. She's not got no
critique and
business worries.
commentary that she gives on these queens. Honestly, I don't think you'd be able to handle it, girls. But Free Your Mind. Now, Lukey, I know what you're going to say, but why is Free Your Mind such a fucking great song?
Well, it's the meeting of the rock and the R&B and just the sexy, powerful women saying like, fuck you, I'm that bitch.
Which is seen in other songs such as, I think it reminds me a bit of like, walk this way. It's giving you that like bass beat.
was making you want to walk. And
Yeah.
that was what this performance was really lacking, is the bad bitch
Thank
strut.
you. I cannot believe the first thing I would have done is walk to the back.
Yeah.
And I would have done the first verse up, knee up on the back, holding on.
And you got to do the TKB
Yeah.
with the size of your thing, because they're all wearing like full length like Matrix trench coats
And
in
also,
the video
when
and shit.
when you make sure that you're wearing high-heeled shoes.
Well, we'll
Neither
get
of-
into that.
Not
later.
high-heeled shoes to be seen. I thought, fuck, Jiggles is going to destroy this. Turns out.
Turns out, no. Serena was just giving it way to Disney, I think.
Yeah, the manic Nickelodeon smile.
Yeah.
I thought, terrifying.
And do you know what Jiggly needed? Because that pony was getting in her face. She needed a Miss Sasha Colby style $1,000 ponytail, part Japanese.
Go.
Well, this is actually Intel stolen from Page Pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were saying that. Well, Miss Sasha Colby was saying for one of her pageants, she spent £1,000 on a ponytail, and it was a mixture of Japanese hair and Peruvian hair because they're slightly different weights, so that when you whip your hair round, some of it will just like trail slightly behind, and just that level of detail makes my heart want to explode.
The theatricality of it all. Like, imagine being like, oh, no, unfortunately, we haven't got the right blend here. We need 30 Peruvian, 70. Like, it's honestly, and if you haven't seen that performance, go and fucking watch it, 'cause it's everything. Literally everyone from the Colby, the House of Colby is just...
Well, it's a fantastic name, fantastic lineage.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go on the Forever Dog YouTube, you can see.
Forever Dog.
We are not supporting other podcasts that do exactly what we do.
Yeah, unless you'd like to pick us up.
So Jiggly is the winner.
And I thought Serena did put up a good fight, though. I thought, congrats.
I thought it was pretty weak sauce from both of them, to be fair.
Yeah, but I thought we haven't really seen Serena do anything.
Yeah.
Ever. And I thought she did, like, when she was moving around and she was interesting, I thought actually Serena did better than some of the girls later on. Thought she was more interesting. Like,
She needed like a pop track, really, though, didn't she?
Yeah.
She ain't got the Jan funk.
but she is someone, personally, I think, this is just my personal belief and love of performance style.
I call shade.
She is someone that could, and this is like the cardinal rule of performing, that you never do this, but she's someone I think that could do with performing in the mirror a bit, so she can see what works and what doesn't. Because when she performs, she juts her chin out and she gives really extreme faces, and it's quite distracting. And I think
Scarlett needs to work on her face
Yeah.
as well. She's always doing that kind of sad eyebrows, like pleading to the gods.
but I think that's kind of gorgeous.
You can't do it in every single song, though.
She's gonna try. But yeah, the Serena, I think I was happy for Serena. I thought she's come back and she did what needed to be done. She's given you some cute hair. She's given you some cute. She obviously only came back so that she could say to Rue, "Please, can I do your hair?"
Yeah.
And she did it. So I think good for her.
Fine.
Good for you.
Smackdown 2.
Oh, it is Miss Jigglesworth versus Dr. Reverend Silky Nutmeg Ganache.
It's two fat bitches in fucking leopard print.
She really. Can I point out first of all that although this was cute for the tips and the tricks, and the stunts and the gaggery, a comedian called Coco very, very famously did this, and it's like one of the best.
You're talking about taking the bar out of your
Yes,
tits.
sorry. It's that is like one of the best like stand-up openers ever, and it's like basically cemented her in like comedy like history. She comes out and she does her first like 3-4 minutes, and she takes a glass out, she takes a bag of ice out, puts the bag in, she takes a whole bottle of like Henny or something, pours it in Henny, and then starts drinking, and it's like a very, very famous opener. Not that I think it's absolutely fine for Silky to I think it's absolutely fine for Silky to have like referenced that and done that. That's fine. Like obviously there's so many things like that that's sort of referencing pop culture, but it's just, it irks me a bit that it's not really commented on at all in... You would think, I would hope that maybe Silky would put on Instagram or something like, shout out to Coco, like, and not really take credit for it. Not that I'm blaming her at all, but like, I wish someone had picked up on it and been like, oh my God, I loved this ode to Coco. Just so that it's like, you give credit where credit's due.
For sure.
But yeah, it was, in terms of the extensive list of tips and tricks that we'll see, I thought that one was good. I thought that was funny.
But we've seen her in her entrance. She brought like cookies and milk out. So like, you've already done this joke. Yes. I'm already over it.
God, I completely forgot about it. But it was the OG Titty bar.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan. I was just like, okay, here come the shenanigans. Did you see that like neither of them can fix a wig? Jiggly had like half her scalp hanging out on this like mental like side part behind the ear, and then you could literally see Silky's natural hair underneath the wig.
But I don't know whether you've ever been in this situation, but the worst thing about when your wig slips or if say your lace unmelts or whatever, like you can't tell. And that's what's so awful about being on telly. Like,
you haven't had to do anything else. You've literally just had to come on for a 3 minute.
Sure. But if you can't, like, all it takes is like, say you think your wig is properly down. All it takes is like maybe like just walking up them stairs at the back, and it just like lifts a little bit, but you cannot fucking tell until it falls off.
Ask Trini.
Yeah, well, exactly, and then it's on the telly forever. Did you clock that Kylie Sonique Love was like, look, she's like, I've made it this far. It doesn't shake me. Like, good, like, let them perform. And I loved that. I thought that's winner's shit. Like, again, not the Ginger Minge experience of trying to be like, they're shit. Have you noticed that their shoes aren't tied up? Like, just pointing
That's
out.
our job, Ginger.
Yeah. She was just like, look, like, let them perform. They're all great performers, but I'm better. Love her.
I liked Jiggly's little lollipop mic.
Yeah.
They're very young and cute. The song, which was Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
In reference to?
Every other time she's been on the runway.
Exactly.
But I thought like, a couple of lines, you can't carry it through onto the second verse.
It's nice to see as well her having... I imagine it was a sugar-free lollipop this time, but it's nice to her seeing that lollipop clattering around on a nice pair of veneers rather than when she used to clatter it around on her crazy meth teeth before. It was quite scary. But the winner of this, Silky Nutmeg Ganache. How did you feel about that?
I kind of thought by the end of it, it kind of seemed like Jiggles had run out of steam, and Silky, after she had spent 18 hours building up this drink gag to then be like, oh, I had my alcohol now. Like, she was having fun by the end of it. So I feel like of these two, fine, I'll give it to Silky.
I thought it was completely justified that Silky won this. I thought that she brought like, I was a bit, I felt like it kind of went down her energy a bit, Jiggly's. I thought like it didn't really like, I didn't feel like a lot of fun and, like you said, like fun and happiness from her, which is a bit shit. But congrats, Silky wins. And that takes us next on to the return of Miss Yara Sofia.
And the return of The Point of No Return, last seen with Bendela and Darian.
What a fucking great song.
Why did they do this one twice?
I don't know, but I love it. I absolutely fucking love this song. I wish we could see Yara without the contacts to like humanise her beauty a bit, because she is gorgeous. And I just like every time she wears the contacts, it's like, I don't know, there's something about, you know, like say how like Valentina wears contacts or something, but she wears like natural coloured.
Well, the one she wears is just
ones.
with like a bigger pupil.
Yeah, so they make her look a bit doll-like, but you can still see human. But often Yara wears them sort of like white contacts or like contacts that like really make her look like sort of like a bit alien.
I think that's what she wants, because she paints so harsh as well, and the kind of clothes she wears. I wasn't too mad at Silky's blue hair. I quite liked it.
Me neither.
And a very weird pre-reveal look from Yara, just kind of like Catholic schoolgirl, but not sexy. Weird that you have to specify that a schoolgirl might not be sexy. That's gross, isn't it?
It was like I think it was like a sort of like little Heathers number, wasn't it?
But not really. We've seen Gigi.
Well, exactly. That. Yeah. But just what a fucking banger of a song. Like, you imagine if you, like, some of the songs that come later on, I would be like, oh, wah, wah. But like, imagine if you got this. Absolutely killer. I also liked Silky's reveal. I thought like
she was working them fucking leg tassels.
She really fucking was. She really was. But health and safety. We're in the stage. At least she went to the back.
Yeah.
But pouring water on the stage seems like an unnecessary showgirls trick.
At this point now, it's like Oh, so you're going to have a little thing every thing you do. You're not going to do any just performances. You have to rely on a... Okay, all right, fine.
Can I just say, I would do exactly the same.
Really?
100%. I think that even though Silky's performance style is not my favourite, you know, like I'm quite specific in what I like for a lip sync. I like intensity.
You like physical dexterity.
Physical dexterity. I like intensity. I like connection to the front. I like a lip sync over everything, like over the dancing, over the tricks, everything. I just like a good, clean lip sync. So she's not really like my go-to, but I just think if you're in a competition and you know that the judges, who are the people that are going to get you through, love a trick, I would give you a trick every single time. It maybe not necessarily like a crazy prop or
a
whatever.
bottle of water. That is my cool trick.
Maybe not that, but like, do you know what I mean? I would try and think of something for every single one, because every single week you're just sitting in a hotel waiting. I'd think of something. I'd make it just not so bog standard, and it fucking works for her. So good on her. I began to notice though that they just didn't show Yara at all. So I was like, that's weird.
Yeah, I think at this point I was kind of like, oh, so it's just the SNG experience now. Like you like the production, the hosts, the judges, they've all decided that nothing really matters apart from giving Silky this undeserved moment.
Wow. Yeah. And also as well, I think there was at least one lip sync where she didn't do any, where she did just lip sync. But obviously you start to see at this beginning, it's like, okay, we got another trick. Okay. Yara seemed pissed.
She is often pissed now, I guess.
It seems. She is, but I feel like, as you maybe will see later on with someone if they don't come back, that it's quite undignified, especially if you feel like you shouldn't have gone. I mean, obviously none of it is undignified. It's all like, it's just stupid. This is just like TV, whatever. But obviously a lot of people feel very fucking strongly about their return.
She's coming straight off the back of that hurt as well. It's not like she's done it and then waited a few weeks. Like, she's literally come from that to do this.
Yeah. So if you're someone that you're like, I cannot believe I got fucking booted out and this shit is still here. Like, do you know what I mean? She felt very negatively about other people. And so if you were like, I cannot believe I got kicked out. And then they're like, oh, but you've got a chance. Maybe you can come. And then they're like, you've got a lip sync against someone that went home on week 2 and then they win.
And you've seen how they lip sync in previous seasons.
You'd be like, honestly, fuck this shit. Like, I will burn this place to the ground. I'd be so... you can see why people get... that felt a bit...
the Tyra Sanchez effect.
Yeah. Yeah. But she seemed pissed. But, obviously, Silky, winner again. Which takes us neatly on to the return of my baby, Scarlett. Oh, I love to see her back again.
I loved her look, 10 truffles.
Oh, she looked so right, didn't she? Just everything about it. Very
and then the more you look at the bodysuit, like you see more
very
details.
Yeah, the face looked heavenly. The hair, absolutely gorgeous. Can I tell you when I nearly screamed?
Was it the close-up on Silky's BFG sandals?
The bejeweled biscuit kickers. I thought, don't like put the thing fucking back down. Absolutely livid. I was like, are you kidding me? First of all, love the editing that they're that shady that they're like, this heifer is coming out in them orthopedic sandals. Like, I couldn't believe it.
At least that still had a 1/2-inch heel on it.
I could feel the collective shudder heard around the world. Just like, everyone like, wow. Yeah, I mean, it only actually goes downhill from here. As we'll see, the next reveal is unbelievable. But
and also Cliff hanging out the front of them.
Probably.
Silky's
face looked absolutely beautiful and blended.
I thought this is her best look so far.
Gorgeous. When it had like a close up on it, I just thought like, that is a beautiful woman. Like, she really
stand still and do some modelling then.
Yeah, do some lovely modelling. Sometimes it looks like she's literally just wearing a bit of colour correction and some Evian spray, you know? Like, sometimes it looks like she's literally wearing no makeup, and often that's when she looks the most gorgeous. Because I think her face just suits drag so much. It was very soft glam, very ABH, you know?
I think it's funny that obviously Scarlett knows she can't dance, so she's just doing a full-on Cher impersonation for the whole thing.
I thought it was a very difficult song though. I think it's a banger, but it's a difficult song because it's like, it's that sort of mid-tempo. At least with a ballad, you can stop moving because you're like, I don't need to bop to this beat because there is no beat. But like when it's that sort of like mid-tempo, you feel like you have to keep on moving, but it's not really fast enough to be dancing, so then you get a bit Charlie Hides with it.
Yeah, a bit two-steppy.
Yeah, and
then like, what is the message? Is it sort of a sad song, or is it like be happy through the sadness? Like,
happy through the sadness.
Okay, so then that's like confused. That's why Scarlett's given so much puppy dog eyebrows and stuff.
But I actually much preferred Scarlett's performance in this. Again, physical dexterity, intensity, stillness. I just thought she was selling the message of the song much better for me, personally.
For me, I literally cannot. I listen to race chases so much I can't literally copy everything that they do. Personally, why are people so impressed with a big girl flying a flag around the stage?
Because regardless of whether you like the shenanigans or not, again, she went and thought, like, because that was made from an umbrella and a scrap of fabric and Anastasia Beverly Hills glitter. Like, she went back and she was like, I want something to build this song with. And Scarlett didn't think of that. And even though I did prefer Scarlett's performance, it's like, not everyone, like, we obviously have a very similar what we like in a lip sync, but some people, I cannot tell you, on Twitter, every single fucking person that popped up was like, Silky Nutmeg Ganache is the best performer that we've ever seen on drag. People fucking loved it.
I literally feel like I'm in like the Twilight Zone. Like, why is everyone getting something and I'm just like not getting it? I just feel like it looks just like a desperate attempt to like sort of, okay, this is, I can't actually perform, so I need something.
Did you feel that way when Latrice did it?
Yes. That's why I said, why is everyone so impressed with big girls flying flags?
Yeah, I mean, it's just some people like that shit. Some people like a prop. Some people love as well a stunt.
I don't think any of these are properly, like, I want to be like wowed. Like, I don't want it to be like something you've knocked up.
But what I've noticed is that, like, I often still scream if someone does a jump split. And it's like, think how many fucking times you've seen that. It's so boring. It's so dull. And sometimes when it's it, I'm like, yeah, look at him go. And it's like, that obviously works for me. But I imagine there's a lot of people that are like, oh, great, they're doing the same dance. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's different strokes, I guess. And some people like the stunts. I thought this was the least offensive of the stunts to me. I thought, oh, lovely.
But this just reminded me to how confused I was when people going off with Latrice's flag work. And I'm just like, I feel
though, like, at least with Latrice, I feel like she can do some shit. I feel like she at least
twirling baton.
I feel like she gets a bit crazy with it. But Coco Montrese said on IG that there are lip sync survivors and lip sync assassins, and Silky Nutmeg Ganache is the lip sync assassin. That's what she said.
I'd say she is the survivor.
I was going to say as well, coming from Coco Montrese. But I mean, also I think there's a big fucking difference between you can be a great performer but not a great lip sync assassin. That your lip syncing doesn't lend itself well to like battling people, but you can still be a great lip syncer. Do you know what I mean? And
my main thing is like any of these performances would be cute in a bar in real life. This is main stage of All Stars, like like if this was like our UK girls coming down the runway in some of her outfits, like they would have been fucking red to filth, like dragged. Like why?
100%.
I don't get it. Halfway through, shall we take a break?
Yeah, okay, because you know we're going to need to have a stiff drink before we talk about the next one.
We now interrupt your planned programming with Meet the Queens UK Season 3.
Oh, finally! Oh my God, and also, it feels like it's just fucking ended. I can't believe they're giving us the Meet the Queens so quickly.
I know. When does it start? October?
Oh, it cannot come. I was going to say,
please, after All Stars, give us a break.
I was going to say, it cannot come sooner, but at least we need a month.
Please.
I need at least a month of doing the pod. But it is, I'm literally so excited. And it really felt like it came out of nowhere. Like, obviously we, spoiler, we did know the lineup, but it, I just can't believe that it's just like, they just dropped it.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like there was any sort of like fanfare about like, and also it's so weird that they would drop it so soon and then like it's going to be in like October or whatever. Just like what, you have like 2 months, you like meet the queens and then you have like 2 months before the show starts. That seems mental.
Yeah, very long. And weird that it's only like on IGTV. Like, why isn't it on YouTube? That's weird.
I guess maybe they're like, it's not YouTube fodder like it is I don't know. Maybe they want to build their Instagram.
First things first, Amaryllis.
Yeah.
What is the styling prompt?
Weird, isn't it? Do you know what I thought it might be? Jewel tones.
I thought maybe it was like comic booky because like the bit before it's all got like the dots and then they're like ripping through like, I don't know, a bit kind of like boom pow.
Yeah.
Boom,
That gave me
clap.
that gave me flashbacks.
I really hate it, Cassie.
Yeah, I really don't know actually, but very excited to see this cast. But can I give you a big but first?
Please.
This ain't fucking it. Like I couldn't believe it. Not only did they have back-to-back three or four white blonde girls like in the lineup, but like to have one. So overall in the cast, there is one Vanity Milan, obviously is a black queen, and then they have Anubis who has like Egyptian heritage, and then they have River who has Singaporean heritage. But London,
Don't you forget that quarter Cypriot.
London is one of the most diverse. If we can take off the fact that there is still not like there's still not actual accurate representation. There's no drag kings. There's no. This doesn't at all look like the London drag scene. It's fucking crazy, and especially like obviously season 2 seemed a bit more like what we expect. But this is such a step back, and I know that obviously people will be like, "Oh, we have our first cisgender lesbian queen." That is so fucking incredible, especially for it to be happening on UK Drag Race.
But shouldn't it be like one or the other?
Yeah, exactly. It feels so tokenistic to be like, "Oh, well, we've basically not worried about queens of colour because we've got Charity Case and Victoria Scone." Do you know what I mean? It's like it's fucking bullshit, and it's like I'm so
Sorry, is it a pun on Victoria's Gone? I've only just thought of that when you've said it.
Maybe. I don't know. She's gone. And it's really fucking disappointing because I don't want anything to mar how sick these queens are and how much they deserve to be there. Do you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, the queens that are performing don't have a say in who gets cast, but it's them that takes the brunt. Do you know what I mean? And they get to stand up and they should be nothing but celebrated for getting on season 3. And like UK Drag Race is something to be fucking proud of because it's so sick, and it's just so shit that they have the backlash when Meet the Queens goes up. Everyone should just be fucking losing their minds about it.
Well, yeah, even a bit with Scaredy Cat, even though I was on the what is that girlfriend person during it. But it's like they were getting all the hate, but it was like, blame the casting people, blame the producers that put this person in that's never done drag before. Like, yeah, it's not really the gals' fault, is it?
It's just really, really shit because imagine if they had a diverse cast that was actually representative of the UK drag scene. Sorry, I think I said London drag scene before, which is another actually dog shit thing, is that there's no Scottish queens and there's no Irish queens. It's like, this is supposed to be Drag Race UK.
Yeah.
And like the lack of representation for literally like, it's like 75% London queens. And obviously being London queens, that's like great because you'll know the gals or whatever, but it's like, it doesn't seem like the casting did very well, and it makes me think that maybe they rushed it.
I think they definitely did, because remember when we gave the intel that Willem was saying they basically like shot it day after, like a challenge a day, because Rue was trying to rush out of there, so I'm sure the whole thing was very stressy.
Yeah,
we got España, we got Holland,
but I don't know, it's just difficult because think about the excitement that we had for season 2 when it came out, and it was like, fuck, this is insane. That's what they deserve, and that's what they should get. There should be no but after this. But is literally all I thought when I saw it. I was like, fuck, they've really fucked up here.
Truly. Well, shall we move on?
And let's move on with saying these fucking girls are great. This is like the lineup that they have got. I'm so fucking happy for them, and it looks like it's going to be a great season.
So first of all, Kitty Scott Claus.
Yes!
From Birmingham.
What a gorgeous face.
Giving me real Gemma Collins vibes.
Oh my God, imagine if someone said that to you. So gorgeous in the Valentino spread.
Or just general GC.
Yeah, it's just such like soft, gorgeous face.
Love the name as well. Love a punny name.
Yeah, absolutely. That was gorgeous wig chapel hair.
Oh, very nice.
I thought it might be Katie Bain, but I think it was just like real fucking teased up one of them
love big and blonde.
Yeah. And she's given you titty and blonde, which obviously is always going to be. And you know what as well? I'm really fucking glad that they opened with like just someone that's just campy and silly, and I think she's going to be a real Real fucking great girl to have on it. Have you ever seen, I mean, I don't know why I'm asking you, have you ever seen, I've been sat next to you when you've seen her multiple times, but fucking great singer. Kitty
Yes.
Scott Claus. So good.
Although that really, in the words of Shania Twain, that really don't impress me much. Like,
oh, okay.
Like-
you, the vocalist, it doesn't impress you.
well, like, I don't really want to go to a room and see someone singing unless it's like a pop star. I like singing songs I
Sure,
know.
sure,
Like,
sure,
I'd
sure.
rather see something a bit
But
more.
she's actually a fucking great singer, rather than someone that can like, oh, I can hold a tune. Like, she's someone that you would sit and listen to, and especially for, you know, she's always damn freedom for the musical theatre gays. She can belt a motherfucking tune, and she's actually like, she's not like a, oh, I can, yeah, like I can sing. She's like, she's a singer.
There's a lot of singers on this one, aren't
Isn't there? I thought, and what's scary is that having seen people like Kitty Scott Claus and know that they're fucking great, and then also like Ella Day and stuff, who is a West End performer, you got to be careful if you stood up and you were like, I'm a singer, and then it's like, you might get the Raja O'Hara treatment of like,
Indeed.
I've been dancing for 19 years, and they're like, where is
What's his
the
name?
training? Who was that?
The little man that someone we know had sex with.
Oh,
Yanis
Marshall.
Love him.
Oh, you're really hotting up the friend there.
Well, am I? Because I haven't mentioned them, even their gender.
Wow, yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited. I thought that was a really fucking great opener for Kitty Scott Claus, and I was dying with the pen thing.
It was quite good. I would have thought it'd be a bit squeakier. So.
You would go for a squeakier pen.
Yeah.
Well, you are a squeak
I'm a
queen.
squeaky pen. Yeah, I thought the outfit was cute, like the hair.
What was the outfit? I can't.
Just kind of like pink and purple PVC, like
Oh, yeah,
bustiers,
yeah.
long skirt thing.
Yeah.
I thought so far so good. I'm not like blown away, but I will say I always find Meet the Queens a bit flat, and I feel like
definitely.
opinions I've like based from that are like completely change as soon as episode 1 comes on.
And I think as well, they ask them all the exact same questions. They give them that same bullshit. Can you describe your drag in 3 words? Like, and I think it's actually really fucking hard to have a to really stand out in Meet the Queens, personality wise, because they're just not really giving you. It's not the right platform for it. But I really loved Kitty Scott Claus. And then next up we have finally Charity Case. I fucking screamed. I literally couldn't be happier. Like, they were in my season 2 like
Season 3 Dreamcast.
Season 3 Dreamcast, like so early on. I fucking love their drag.
Yeah, it's like, again, love the name. And then they're just hitting all the right buzzwords for me, like shock, horror, gore, glamour, basically hoping to get Dragula given to us. Obviously love the look, love the jewels, love the colours, love the dragon. Just very excited to see what they're going to do.
I just thought it was such a fucking... This is a real insight into what Charity is going to bring, because it's like smart, like she took obviously drag. I think as well, I know that they are non-binary Charity, but I think their drag is referred to as they as well. So I think I'll double check that.
I did say they.
But I just referred to them as she, as I always do with all drag. I think they're like a drag entity rather than like a. But from Trashy Planets, the outfit, and I just thought it was fucking great. What's really interesting about Charity is that like we obviously don't have Dragula in the UK yet. Hopes and praise. You like them candles, girls, but they are going to provide the crossover. Sorry, nearly hiccup there.
Oh, Windy Pops.
They are going to provide the crossover of like not just alternative drag, but like gore and the horror of drag, which is so fucking sick, because we haven't saw a bit with like a very glam version of it with Cherry Valentine, but we haven't really seen that, and I'm really fucking, because Charity Case is a transformation wizard. If you haven't seen their Vogue sort of profile, go and watch that online. Go look at the Vogue Charity Case thing, because it's so sick. And they're also so young. They're like 23 or 24 or something. And it's just... And also going in there with a real following. I think they've got like 150k or something.
Wow.
Yeah. So out of all of them, like Charity Case already losing my fucking mind. And then next up we have Scarlet Harlot.
From the Isle of Dogs.
Yeah.
There's too many Scarlets.
Someone's got to go.
Yeah.
Scarlet Envy, I'm sorry, your time is up.
No, we'll get rid of Scarlett Adams from Australia.
Oh my God, 100%. Oh, well, she's already got rid of, hasn't she?
She seems like a good girl.
Don't she? Fun time girl.
Didn't love the outfit, but I didn't hate it.
Oh, did you? I actually really loved it. That sort of sapphire satin. Not so much the design. It's Freak Couture, Manchester.
No.
And hair by, I always think it's Wig by S, but it's Wigbees.
It is Wigbees.
Yeah.
Good.
Wigbees, which is a Parisian literal
Wigbees.
hair master. Although maybe it is Wig by S, and it just doesn't sound very French, does it?
Wigbees.
Gorgeous eye on her. That gorgeous eye.
So simple.
Yeah, and I thought her face just looked like stunning.
And Anita was right. She is the one who was on the United King Dolls tour doing the Spice Girls songs.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Oh, she was fucking great, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
An actual real good time girl. Do you remember we were like, this is a good time girl?
Yeah.
Just so much fun on stage.
Do you know what? By this point, I was starting to realise was my favourite bit of Meet the Queens.
What was your favourite bit of Meet the
That
Queens?
kind of Strictly style, samba intro they were giving everyone. Getting very into that. I just thought, seems fun.
Yeah.
Into it.
And giving me, I know this is such a basic thing to say, but giving me a bit of Bimmer's energy. Just she a good time girl from East London, giving you that East End. I just thought she's not going to take herself too seriously, I hope. And yeah, I was really into her, actually. And next up, we have Ms. Vanity Milan. Oh my God, that orange on her.
Gorgeous.
I think...
The fart queen.
Yeah. And if Rockham was anything to go by, another fart queen. I think it was inspired by Kendall Jenner's Versace Met Gala. I think that was my first thought. I
felt like it looked for Mills.
And I thought it was really fucking well done as well. It was Sim Adamson design. And Ryan Walklett Wigs, who's a West End wiggy. And I thought all of it looked right.
Yeah.
It all looked very polished, very gorgeous. And there was such elegance. That's what I loved about her. Like her talking head, she was talking about farting and shit, but she looked so elegant. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I thought nothing here is really breaking the mould, but it looks gorgeous.
She's been performing for 1 year.
That is mental, isn't it?
1 year. And also as well, remember that when she said I've been performing for 1 year, she's already applied and got in and got to filming Meet the Queen. So by that point, when she applied, she'd probably been performing 3 months.
I like it when she almost said, suck out.
Yes, come on. I really like her. And I just was... and what blew my mind as well is that we've been following her for ages, but I went on her Instagram when it was announced. And... She is really new to drag. Like, if you go on her account, there's not much there. And it's just fucking...
How have we been following her for ages, then?
Well, I mean, not much there as in, we've been following her for a year or so.
Sure.
However long she's been doing drag. But, it's just incredible that, she really is at the beginning of her drag career. And it's she's on Drag Race. And I fucking love that.
Say something.
Yeah, exactly. And I hope she fucking goes to the final. Imagine. It's just incredible. And it just proves that, it's not... it's good to remind yourself that it's a TV program. So it's not, they don't necessarily need people that have, they obviously completely ignore people that have been in the industry for 10 years and stuff. It's
they want personalities that will work well or work badly together.
Yeah,
for their
and they want
pleasure.
people that are going to be entertaining. And at the core, if you're a drag queen, isn't that all you need to be? Just an entertainer.
I like that she's our first Jamaican queen.
Yeah.
Monet is from the West Indies. I feel like West Indies sounds colonial. Monet is from the Caribbean.
Yeah.
But where is she from? St. Lucia?
She is St. Lucian, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. And hang on, hold up. The first Jamaican queen of America as well?
I think so.
Fuck.
Unless no one's ever just mentioned it.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. There'll definitely be some sort of Caribbean queens that have been on it before.
Caribbean queen.
And also as well, I don't know whether you remember, but Carmen did enjoy the music of reggae.
She loves the reggae.
She does love a reggae beat. So then next up we have Chorizo May.
From Valencia, Spain, by way of Newcastle.
You know them Yanks are more confused than ever. They're looking at her being like, hold up. So you look like Freddie Mercury in that wig. But you're from Newcastle, but you're also Spanish.
Deal with it.
Yeah, it's
I've seen the name knocking around for ages,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I've always been a bit like, why would you call yourself I guess she was Prime Minister at one point, but it's so bad to be linked to Theresa May. But the fact that she is Espanol for some reason makes all of that
way
go away
camper.
for me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly how I feel as well. That I've because I kind of, it's the same thing with Donald Trump. That, like, if you were American, no. But the fact that we're English, and it's like, first of all, Trump, obviously, just ridiculous. But, like, the fact that you're British gives you a level of distance from it that makes it really camp and stupid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I completely agree with that.
And I hope that it will be like a Jodie Marsh, Jodie Harsh thing. And in a couple of years, everyone will forget who Theresa May is. And we'll only know Theresa May.
Please! And Chorizo will have more Instagram followers.
I really liked her green jacket. I wanted to call it a Matador jacket, but I wasn't sure if that was just me being racist and it's literally just a cropped jacket on the Spaniard.
It was Antonio Guterres. And I thought it was immense. I absolutely loved it.
Love the colour.
Love the colour. Love also the base of it as well, that sort of flamenco style, like layering. Oh God, I just thought it was, yes. So the first of many. She's a singer. She said it.
I was very into Antes muerta que sencilla.
Yeah.
We need to just have that as a mantra.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a Florencia wig.
Cute.
Seen it before, and it she also has a very different makeup style. I wanted to get up close. I wanted to see it close because from far away, like she paints in a very different shape to other drag queens.
What, more like flat or something?
I don't really know. I needed to see it closer. Like, it's more the sort of like the angle and the shape that she creates with the eye. She's not doing like a sort of like smoked out cut crease. It was like something very different, and I needed to see it up close. I'm interested to see her face. But yeah, loved her energy.
Yeah, I very much enjoy a European with a funny accent, thanks to my dad.
Funny accent.
Yes,
Right.
funny.
Yeah, she is saying that as an ital.
With my dad has the strongest and most hilarious accent that's ever existed.
Go on, give him a little taste of Gianfranco.
The other day, I told him that my boyfriend bought me a B-Day attachment for my birthday, and he said, "Oh, that's good. You got to keep your vag spick and span." So there you go.
A little terrifying insight there into the to the relationship of Gianfranco and Luca Gotti. Next up, we have Crystal Versace. Talk to me.
She is hailing from Kent, and I'm immediately obsessed with the face. I cannot
believe that gorgeous little 19-year-old face. It is unbelievable. Have you ever seen? You've seen it IRL, haven't you?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, if I have, you definitely have.
I don't like to hang out with you too much outside of work.
Yeah, you're a work colleague and nothing more. I up close in the flesh, that face is, I've seen them perform, is insania. They have that sort of raven, that looks like there's a spotlight on their face at all times. You know, they're like drag sister, Dee Delicious as well. They both have them like incredible, like, They completely obscure and completely change all of the dimensions of their entire face, like the brow, the eye, everything. It's like, have you seen a photo of what Crystal Versace looks like out of drag?
I saw her doing the like wig sale thing, but I can't really remember.
Literally like a tiny, tiny young man, like just like looks so young, so innocent, but then this cunty paint, like.
I was just so impressed with the cheeks. Like, I always find cheeks quite hard. Like, I feel like once I've done my stuff, first I don't notice any blusher, then I've got too much on, and then it doesn't like, it's not really like highlighting like a shake, not even a stripy, but it's just like, it's just there. It's not sort of creating a really nice shape or anything. Well, hers was just like, wow, gorgeous.
Just everything. I think as well, she's one of them people that she already, a bit like Aquaria, like she already has a facial structure that is so suited to drag contour, because she's like very quite, like her boy face is quite, it's very little, like, and she just is absolutely unbelievable. That is paint. That is someone that knows how to, it's almost like, you know, like the Ellie Diamond paint that again completely changes all of the dimensions of the whole face, but it's on like someone that is, it's on like a completely different face
Go on,
shape.
use your words nicely.
Yeah, well, no, I was just going to say, like, because she's younger and everything is a lot smaller.
I mean, they're both, I think, 19 or something. Ellie was pretty fucking
Tiny,
young.
yeah, true. But just like what I mean is like Crystal Versace's actual face is like
an 8-year-old.
Yeah. Like Ellie Diamond is like a big 6'3" guy, and it's like real heavy paint on someone really little already, and it is fucking breathtaking. I just thought she was so gorgeous
and so full of beans and confidence for such a youth.
And also, you would think maybe that someone that has such a strong look might be a bit of a look queen. Absolutely fucking not. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would, well, I think less on UK Drag Race we're sold that, but like, I've never really seen her, I've never seen her host or anything, I've just seen her perform. And yeah, giving you real personality as well. The outfit was custom Bang London.
Lovely.
And I believe she does all her own hair. That might not be true. I know that sometimes she wears, I've seen her wear, what's our girl called? Luna Bundy. She'll have like a lovely sort of custom unit, as all the central London girls do. And I just thought that was, I love as well on Insta, a lot of the girls now, they'll put like costume by Freak Couture, hair by Truffle Pig Wigs, face by, and then they'll put their doctor. And Crystal Versace put her doctor, and I thought, 19 years old. Wow.
Into it.
You got to get in there early.
I didn't necessarily warm to her personality as much as I did to the mug, but hopefully that will come. Like I said, I often find Meet the Queens a bit eggy.
It's hard, isn't it? And I think I'd really struggle on Meet the Queens, like trying to be, I don't know. I think you either feel super fucking forced, that you're like, oh my God, love me. I'm such a, like trying to squeeze into 2 minutes that you're funny, but also you love fashion, but you love, like, it's just all it's a bit of a strange platform. But I was impressed that she seemed really ready to fight. She seemed very competitive, which I fucking love. And then next up, we have Miss Victoria Scone.
What a day. What a day for the women.
For the women's, the first cis lesbian queen on Drag Race ever. Not just on UK, motherfucking ever.
Do you think this is just going to be like a testing board?
Yeah.
And then if it all goes,
test, if you will.
Yeah, and if all goes well here, then US will be a lot more just open to everyone, because obviously Dragula has drag kings, it has cisgender ladies.
The thing is that now that we're at a really fucking interesting fork in the road, because now that you have the inclusion of Victoria, you can't not include all drag artists, because if you are essentially saying that this is a drag competition for drag performers, and you've opened it up
for female presenting drag performers,
because
I
they're
guess.
not.
Well, that's what it is at the moment.
But they're not, because there's been loads of queens, there's been loads of cisgender male queens, and that have just been like, Charity is not.
No, but I feel like even people like Milk or Crystal, they still look like they're dressed as women, weird women, but still women.
But for example, like Charity Case is not they create creatures.
But I mean, apart from Charity, I don't think they might be I feel like
there has been someone though that's like, I mean, like someone like Acid Betty does not present as.
I think so. She's wearing like dresses and has like updos and stuff. She's not like
okay. Yeah, I do see your point. But I think that now the parameters have opened so much that you've got like people that are not presenting gender particularly. So you can't not include drag kings and all drag artists. So I think we're going to see, I think season 2 gave us that, like, hello, these are non-binary performers. Their drag is just as valid. Let them on, and opened it up. Then now we've got our first cis woman.
And of course got Mick in between as well.
Yeah, so that now it's like, are we going to see next season, like, actually just like, it's open to everyone, just fucking get yourself in there.
Just be entertaining.
Yeah, that would be insane. And I would absolutely fucking die. Like, and if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be fucking UK Drag Race. Watch this scene. I just absolutely loved it. I'm so happy for Victoria Scone. But can we fucking, for 1 second, can we talk about that little twink on the internet? I don't know what his name is. I'm not going to give him any form of clout.
Yeah, of course.
That little Daniel guy or whatever his name is. He saying that how dare they give a place to a white woman.
I really don't like it.
When there's a lack of obviously every single critique about the lack of queens of colour is very valid, but when you're attacking the only white queen and not all of the other white performers, that's just misogyny.
Yeah.
You are just attacking the woman.
Like, make 2 separate videos if you have 2 separate qualms.
Also, as well, why don't you rather than atting our good sis Victoria Scone, why don't you at World of Wonder? Why don't you at the casting directors? Why don't you at the people that actually have some say in it, rather than Victoria Scone that's just like, oh, let me step into this competition and be groundbreaking and take the weight of every single
having the bold flaps to even apply for it.
Exactly. Like, fuck, like, do not come. If you haven't guessed it yet, this is obviously going to be a Victoria Scone avid fan pod from now on, and do not Anything that is said about Victoria from this point on, I will read only as misogyny.
I don't really get the name though. That's why
Well,
when
you
I
just
was
found
like,
out.
but is it though? Because I would think, sorry, Victoria Sponge.
Vicky Sponge, Vicky Scone. I don't know. Maybe we're not. But maybe it's just some things aren't for us. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, maybe it's not a joke.
Maybe it's not a pun. Yeah. Maybe her name is Victoria Scone. We thought about this.
I quite like the silhouette of the look.
I really liked it. It's James. Let me double check this. I think it's the lovely sort of bolero and hat.
Yeah, with the big trousers.
Yeah, I really liked it. I really, really liked it. And I also the hair was by our honey Benjamin Paul at How's Your Head.
Oh, cute.
And I thought that was really fucking nice, that hair on her, especially with the hat as well.
Yeah, I'm really rooting for her. I just hope that she's not going to carry on with this kind of affected ab fab kind of voice.
Honey, you've met her in real life. That is her voice.
I don't think it was.
It's James McIver costumes. Oh my. But yeah, it's honestly, it was absolutely fucking. It was just such a fucking moment. I just can't get over it. Like
What?
Just her being there.
Oh, sure.
Just such a fucking moment. And she also didn't seem too focused on the politics of it as well. I'm glad that they gave her that edit. That it was like, she wasn't like, I am a woman and it was, she addressed it and she was like, obviously it's very political for me to be here. And I know that I'm going to have a harder time because of these nasty fucking white gays on Twitter. But I'm ready to just come.
Yeah,
and
she
just
seems
perform.
fun, up for it. I'm into it.
And everyone was really losing their mind. A lot of the American queens on Twitter about, they were like, is she, she is the woman from Ab Fab. Everyone thought that she was doing like Jennifer Saunders cosplay, which is fantastic.
That's weird that I said that's how she's
Yeah,
talking.
yeah. And then next up, we have the pocket rocket of the UK drag scene. It is Electra Fence. She's in Freak Couture and a Venus Envy wig.
There you go. We have seen her perform, and
Many
she
times.
is a absolute whirling dervish nutter, jumping all over the shop.
She is an actual nutcase. It is so exciting and so brilliant to watch. Absolutely love her. And we better get a fucking brilliant lip sync out of her.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Because she's something.
I wasn't crazy about the look,
I wasn't not crazy about it. I just didn't get it until she explained it.
the electric shock thing.
Yeah, but that's probably me just being very slow. But I did like the hair. I did like the Lisa Simpson reference of the hair, which, yeah, Venus Envy. And I like that she was really inclusive as well. That she was like, everyone's welcome at my fucking show. Everyone's welcome in my house. Like, I was like, okay, that's not a friendly drag queen. Is not something we're presented often.
Well, she's northern, isn't she? Oh, yeah, she seems very warm and upbeat. Let's go, Lecky.
Yeah, loved her. And then next up, we have Ms. Eleva Day, the West End Wendy. So many singers.
She's giving me real Veronica Green vibes here.
Really? In what way?
Just that kind of West End Wendy kind of
But she is actually
composure.
a West End Wendy. She's wearing Eleba and, Wigs and Co. That's that wig, the sort of like her
Basket
signature,
weave.
yeah, that sort of lattice. And she's also wearing custom Bang London.
Oh, the gals have been busy, haven't they?
Yeah.
I really like the colour story on the look,
Yeah, me too.
but I wasn't mad about the whole top to toe ensemble.
That's not really very you though, is it? That sort of the shoulders and the
No, I don't really like a shoulder.
I just love that she seems so light and silly. Do you know what I mean? Like she wasn't, rather than sort of coming in hard, and she didn't seem like she was begging you to like her. She was just like, look, this is what I do, this is what I bring to the thing. And I love when there's a bit of levity in it. I love when there's like sort of the girls are like, I can't believe I'm here. Like I like that sort of, because she's obviously super fucking polished. She's obviously very well known, and also having she's obviously probably not remotely insecure about her performing skills. So it's just nice for her to sort of be so humble and be like, I can't believe I've got here. But I think as well, I'm not sure, but I think she might be someone that hasn't been doing drag that long as well.
Maybe. I'm just suddenly looking at the time thinking, God, we really didn't think we'd have anything to say this episode,
And
did
here we are.
2 hours later.
I know. And the as she said, maybe she's traded the season. Them twinks are going to go fucking nuts as they do on Insta for her.
I didn't really get much from the interview, but I know she is a good working queen, so I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah. And she's, again, maybe we'll get maybe instead of a lip sync, maybe we'll get a sing off, but she is a singer. So I'd like to see a Kitty Scott Claus in her album, I think. And then next up, we have Anubis, who I think is just Anubis on the show.
Yeah, I
rather
was going to
than
say, why
Anubis
have you dropped the
Finch.
Finch? But the Finch is still in their Instagram name.
Yeah, I wonder whether Is Anubis Finch sort of a play on Atticus? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. But I just love her. I think.
What is the styling prompt though?
What is the styling prompt though?
She was giving me like 50s jellyfish / like House of Thorgy Thor and Jimbo.
Yeah, a real fucking whack attack. But can we talk about the most important thing? How rowdy that fucking throat tat is.
Brandon, honey.
In it! Can you believe just being like, imagine walking into the tattoo shop and being like, I'd like to get my drag name. They're like, oh, sick. Like, where? It's like, across my throat. Big black letters. Just so fucking rowdy and very, very into it. It's a real, really going to have to commit to that drag name now.
No, it's very kind of fetishy.
Yeah. That was Freak Couture again. Good big shout out to the Manchester girls, really putting clothes on all the girls back. And that was starred by Vodka Hair, who is a very, very often seen on Drag Race, seen on
a lot of Bimini's.
A lot of Bimini. She's done some taste, she did that gorgeous taste updo, and she's just, what she does fantastically, doesn't she? Just,
I can't believe Anubis is 19 years old.
Honestly,
how just like mature and relaxed, like compared to Crystal, who's the same age, like so much more kind of just chill. But maybe that's a personality thing rather than an age.
Did you like the O Rainer tentacle gloves?
Not really, no.
Oh, I loved them. I loved them. They were like a real level up from the Sharon Needles sort of plastic Halloween ones.
I like prawn fingers and that's it.
Yeah. If I ain't got prawns on my fingers, I ain't having nothing. She said she's been in the music industry since she was 13.
There you go.
I need to see the receipts.
Look her up.
I need to see her Spotify. She was serving real British humour, which I really fucking liked.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more from her.
Yeah. And then next up, we have River Medway. Can we talk about that gorgeous paint and the gorgeous face on her?
Gorge. And she is Dexter Cliff Wigs.
Who knew? Not us.
Well, I found out the other day because that gorgeous fucking custom pointy two-tone hairline.
And she was inspired by Marco's wigs. She obviously did that wig.
I saw that Marco was very appreciative, which you don't often see.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking great. Good for her. And I really liked it. And I thought, I love when people just take, it was quite simple. And it was just interesting.
And
I
gorgeous.
thought, yeah. And it looked fucking gorgeous with her costume.
Same colours as Ella Day. The same size, but I preferred this one a lot more.
This outfit was Fancy Boy, and it was inspired by Bob Mackie, Le Papillon Barbie. And I just thought, I actually loved the outfit. Thought it was real fucking gorge. And another singer. Interesting.
Madness.
Yeah, it's going to be a real sing-off. Imagine when they get to the musical.
I know.
Musical, honestly, crazy.
We thought the last one was good.
Yeah.
I think she just seems very down to earth. I like her.
It's the voice. You know, as soon as she had that, she's from Kent. Yeah. I think she's one to watch. I really liked her. And then next up, we have the return of Ms. Veronica Green.
She's our answer to Eureka.
Why?
Because she got injured and had to come back.
Yeah. Wasn't seeing the parallels there, but sure.
I was under the impression she wasn't coming back. I had heard that throughout the grapevine.
Would you come back, or would you just be like, well, she's booked, she works, so would you be like, I just want to make money now, I just want to be out there, want to perform?
Well, if she really thinks that she can win, then you better come back. If you're kind of happy with where you are and stuff. And I guess the season 2 girls, even though they just done like big tours, they have missed out on the kind of tour stuff that you would get. So maybe she just wants to. Hair
by Venus Envy again. So 2 wigs, which is great to see. I love that for her.
I felt like she did that. She had a real, not real, a glow up.
I think her transformation is absolutely unbelievable. Like every time it shocks me when you think she looks so glamorous in drag, and she just is such a fucking great transformation. And excited to see I feel like unfortunately you do get that magnifying glass on you if you dare to come back. But I'm excited to see what she brings. Excited. Right, that is season 3 of UK Drag Race. Let's head back into old America.
See you on the other side. Please welcome back to the stage the biggest star in the Caribbean, Everything Irene.
You hit that drum roll. And welcoming back to the stage, Miss Hormones.
That's very good. That's a double.
Ain't it?
The girls are back.
The girls are back. The girls. I was trying to think of like it needs to be a triple hitter. It needs to be like a first name as well because I don't like when drag queens have names that are like that's not a name. I like it to have a name in it. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be like it should be something like taken my hormones, you know.
Sure.
But I'll take it. I'll take it with this week. We're back again. I've had a GC. I'm full of pep. Let's talk about Silky versus Akira.
I was so gutted that Akira didn't do it.
And that isn't that like the actual perfect thing. It's like gutted. Like not just like, oh, this is annoying or whatever. I actually felt like gutted about it.
Well, yeah, firstly because she I was hoping was going to be our saviour to get Silky out. But more so, just like hearing her describe it as like world shattering is like so heartbreaking.
I get it though. She has had enough. And it's that thing as well that like she's someone that I from the beginning thought would be in the final three.
She is a multiple pageant award winner.
And she's exquisite.
Pageant awards? Sure.
Yeah.
The Padgies.
The Padge. She's exquisite in everything that she does.
Oh, when they showed the clips of her like from that entrance look as well, like the sort of cream and gold, like so gorgeous.
I love that we, when they showed them as the sort of, this is your next fighter, that you got to see their entrance look. Because I forgot about so many of them. And specifically Akira's, I was like, look at that fucking angel.
Yeah, I was thinking it must be jokes like when they're doing that day, they must be like, why are we recording these little indent things?
But she's probably like, look, there's a couple of girls in here that I'm much better than. And I've gone home. And that when you're like, I don't know, maybe you are super missing home. Maybe you are like, and if you've been continually disappointed, especially if you've been a bit disappointed in your own performance, that you're just like, do you know what? Like, it's not working out for me. And I don't feel good about myself right now, and I want to go home. And standing up on a stage and having to lip sync against Silky, who I don't know might pour a fucking flag out their ass.
Well, you've seen what shenanigans is about to bloody happen.
So she's like, yeah, oh my God, imagine as well. You don't know what Akira would have done. She might have just given you a really fucking good... Imagine how unbearable it would have been if we were like, right, Akira's up, she's our girl. And then she gave a really fucking great lip sync, and she was there, and she went against Silky, and they were like, fantastic, Silky. Loved it.
Yeah, no, actually, Silky, if you could carry on doing that joke we did like 15 seasons ago, that would be really great.
Did you notice the two lip sync, the walls with the faces of lights lip syncing at the back?
No?
Ah, wheel it! So, basically, on the left and right hand side, they had lights that were faces, one blue and one pink. So at the beginning when Silky was just...
Oh, like if it was like a Just Dance type thing. It's like, you go now.
Yeah. So on the left, it would say, it was like, hi, Barbie. And then the pink one would go, hi, Ken. And it was like a face.
What kind of face? What, like an emoji?
It was just like lights making up like eyes and a mouth, but the mouth was moving.
Sure.
We'll put it up on the pod. But yeah, I actually didn't notice it the first time around, but the second time I was like, because I was like... not waiting for Silky to do anything for the entire first verse. Then I was just sort of like looking at it. I was like, hold up, there's faces moving on the backdrop.
Well, I wish I'd seen. Maybe I'd be less angry. I think out of the whole episode, this made me the most shocked, saddened and confused. It's like...
Why? Because she was going to win anyway.
No, but just like
no competition.
The sheer lack of any kind of professionalism or like... pride in your craft to be coming out like that, like the half wig you couldn't even like keep out of your face, even at the very end it like flipped over to like the boy side and just like the clothes, it just seemed to me like this is a joke. Like, why is this being allowed? I'll say it again, on the main stage of All Stars. Maybe I was just still pressé because Kiri wasn't there, but I was literally, what is going on? I feel like I'm going mad.
I think you were a bit citron pressé, unfortunately. I thought this whole sort of serving Victoria thing, sure. Again, when drag moves out of the mainstream in this fashion, like, not all of these lip syncs are for people that see drag all the time, and that, like, I'm sure
moves into the mainstream, you mean?
Sorry, what did I say?
Out of it.
Oh, sorry. When it's moved into the mainstream in such a huge way, I'm sure that a lot of people that don't see performances like this all the time thought this was the funniest thing they'd ever seen. And if you could see Twitter as well, like, even the fucking gays of London, like, they...
TGOL.
Yeah. They loved it. They ate it up. And sure, it's absolutely not what I would have wanted for this lip sync personally, but good for her for literally milking every last silk with the good milk. She milked every single last thing.
That milk's gone sour. It's clotted.
Well, it definitely has for you, hasn't it?
I just feel like to call what's her name, Vinegar Strokes hodgepodge, and for us as a nation, as a globe, to be like, that weren't it, sis. For us to be then applauding this, that's like, I'm outside of my mind.
I would say that Silky's drag is not often applauded. I don't think that, like, as her looks, like, that was very specifically directed at Vinegar's. Vinegar's like a West End performer, so like they're not coming for her. But the what she presented on the runway was hodgepodge, and I don't think that Silky would ever be upheld as someone that is giving you.
No, but it's just like, why are standards lowered and raised for different people? It's always the way, isn't it?
It is. Did you see the meme that was like, you don't look non-binary, and then it was a picture of Silky and they're half and half. It was like, I'll just get into my costume. It's just not. She's a good lesson for me in that, like, it's not what I would want, but not like, I don't have to like everything, I guess. I don't know. I just felt with this that, like, it's she is doing the damn thing. Like, whether you like it or not, she is coming with something. She's coming in swinging, and whether you think that, like, she's fighting in the right way or not, she is fucking fighting. And when you see someone like I don't know, who have we had that was not, when you see someone like Yara, for example, Yara just turned up and just lip synced, which should be enough, but Silky is fucking fighting. Maybe she knows she's not as good a lip syncer as other people.
She must
and
do.
She needs it. Do you know what I mean? But, like, whatever it is she's doing, she is time and time again in different ways entertaining the judges. So, I mean, you can't really fault her for it. Like,
it's just, it just does not entertain me at all.
What?
I think it's almost like, to quote, who was it? Who says, like, was it Roxy Andrews? Yeah, like, I just feel like that's disrespectful to drag, basically, what she's doing.
Disrespectful to drag. Behave, it is not that serious.
Okay, moving on. SmackDown 6, Silky versus Jan, Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar.
The face of thunder. Like, what the fuck? Like, it just doing a Kyria, like, just don't come. Like, why are you mad?
Did you see the meme when it was this, like, it shows her just, like, stomping down, and it says, going to greet the table that sat down at 9:55 and we close at 10.
I liked the meme that was like, when your mum makes you walk around the shop with your new shoes on.
Used to do that. I still to this day, not that I've bought shoes in a shop for a million years, but I always do a couple of laps around the shop. You got to.
Oh, you got to. couple of twat laps. Make sure you're not squeaking anywhere. Yeah, you got to. I was absolutely screaming when Silky was like, Jan, she's a man.
Yeah, that was good.
The guitar was made from pizza and shoeboxes.
I could tell.
Good for you. Good for you. I literally, that was, weirdly, this was one of the first ones where I was like, oh, I think Jan's going to win, up until the last sort of 30 seconds. But I thought they both were doing sort of like equally, but I thought Jan, that she was really placing that anger in the right place, because she was giving you sort of a little Pat Benatar moment, I thought.
I really wish she didn't flip off the cute wig and just leave us with a flat wig, but I suppose you can't whip. I'm
always very, very confused by when people do a wig reveal to a similar colour, especially on the main stage, because it's like, unless you do, for me personally, I want like an Evie Oddly to go from her sort of Peggy Bundy brown like groupie number, do a walkover flick into she's got green braids with little popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was Shanji, wasn't it, the popcorn? But like she's got little beads all over it. Do you know what I want? Like a completely different hairstyle that looks completely different and it is a colour change.
Or you're doing a Monet and it's the same wig.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
I just felt like Jan was giving it heart from top to bottom. She was trying. Feel like Silky was just there, and then at the end it was like, oh shit, maybe I better get out this hokey pokey prop I've made and then just show off, and then they'll remember that and I'll win. And congratulations, that's what happened.
I think your seething venom for Silky is clouding. Like, she was fine. I think
you're lying on the pod. You're acting a lot nicer than you were when we were watching it together.
Because I've watched it twice, and I was like, I think you're lying. You're a liar. No, I just when I watched it the second time, I just thought that it, I don't know. I watched it with fresh eyes, just thinking, good for you. It's not for me, but like, good for you. Like, she's really fucking coming in swinging. But I thought that Jan also really fucking came in swinging.
Jan put like blood, sweat, and tears into that.
Yeah, well,
she performed the whole song.
I don't know
She didn't just come in at the end
but
and just.
Silky had an electric guitar, and black people invented rock and roll, baby. Don't you forget it.
I wouldn't.
But I did think that I thought Jan was better until the end, and then I thought guitar, sure, whatever. But then smashing up the guitar again, it's just something to take it to a different place. And I just thought she does get the glamour of sitting in her hotel room, just like waiting and thinking of something. But I thought it was a nice little touch. But at this point, honestly, Silky, I'd rather we were getting more of a Sherry Pie edit for you. To be honest, I'm ready to see her go. I just really felt like by this point that they were really buying into the narrative. It felt like such TV. They were buying into the narrative. It's like, oh my God, look at her knocking them all down. They just like, I was like, first of all, you're not showing anyone apart from Silky, and the bits that you are showing are not fantastic moments. And I thought Jan's out here like fucking the setup. Yeah. She's smashing shit. Like, show me that. Like, so I was getting a little bit
Sounds like a fix. Like they've like, oh, hang on, we've created a storyline here from like zero to hero.
It just felt very produced at this point. I was like, ugh. But yeah, she did. It was a Silky win again. She's literally mopping these hoes, mopping the floor with them. But that takes us neatly on to Silky versus Ms. Box is back. It's Pandy back on the stage.
Smackdown 7.
I thought she looked so nice and soft in the face.
This is the best she's ever looked, I think.
Not particularly into that Kim Zolciak yellow wig, but always with the vintage styles, isn't it? And I didn't think... But I thought the face she looked very soft and gorge.
Trainers.
Stoned Converse.
Fucking trainers.
Jail immediately.
What the fuck? Michelle Visage must have had her like fingers in one of those like finger traps underneath to not be like flipping the table.
Literally, like and the fact that they do that shady like, look what this bitch is wearing. Look, not even a fucking heeled. They do heeled Converse.
Get a wedgie.
Exactly. But I just literally, and it also like didn't even go with the outfit. It wasn't like, do you know what I'm doing? Like, I'm doing a Jan Sport number. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing a baseball.
It's not even like
something.
Yeah, I'm looking glam, but I'm doing trainers because I am going to be dancing, bitch.
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah.
What?
It's
Main
like,
stage.
If
All-Stars.
Kylie Sonique Love can do backflips in fucking hooker heels, what do you need a jeweled Converse for? And they weren't even jeweled very well. But let me tell you, what she did play, though, that face card. I was so angry, but when it like scanned up to her face, I thought, you look gorgeous.
But again, that's just like luck of having a cute face. Like there's no skill in anything that she does.
She is being torn apart on Cliffhangers. Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, listeners. When she first came out, I thought she said to Pandora, brush your teeth, bitch.
Wow, just that final dig. It's just a bit low tempo, this song, isn't it? I do like it, but like, again, these mid-tempo numbers, it's just like, I would like just give me a ballad or give me an up tempo. It's just hard, and you could really notice the difference in their performance styles because Pandy was giving you sort of sensual,
but also comedy. I felt like she was a really good line
focus on me.
Funny
Focus.
but also like genuinely sexy, not sort of like feigning sexuality. That actually like I'm giving you like sexy.
I don't know whether you know, but the underscore of this song is feigning masturbation. Yeah, I thought that what was shit. It's literally just like this is not even the Smackdown, it's just like the Jan Gaslight show. Like Jan needed to hear like that was a really fucking good lip sync, like you did really well. And
they did say that.
They just, when I watched it back, I thought, like, I didn't notice that they were sort of like, yeah, congratulations, Jan, you're an all-star. But it was Pandora that they were like, you put up a really good fight, well done. It's like, that Pandora, like, she already knows she's an icon. Like,
no, they did say to Jan, were like, do you know what, that was a really great performance that you did.
But no, I don't think no more than like they kind of said that to everyone. I just noticed that it was Pandora that they really went like, you put up a really good fight and you should be really proud of yourself, when it's like, come on, just give Jan something. Yeah. It's like she is literally just getting beaten to death.
What they have given her is mental anguish.
A complex. And a hatred for drag, I imagine. I literally, when she walked out, it was like, you can tell, like, she never, ever wants to see these fucking judges or RuPaul ever again, Jan. She was like storming.
Although, apart from the singing season.
Well, maybe. But I thought in this as well, like, one thing that Silky does really well is which is probably what you're going to hate about her, I imagine, like, she really dominates the space. Like, because she's a big bitch, like, when she was, like, going across the stage, I was like, all of Pandora's choices were very, like, considered and very insular and small, but, like, Silky really knows how to, like, just, like, wipe the stage and be like, you're going to fucking watch me.
But I just don't understand why she gets such applause for throwing herself on the ground and flailing around like a tuna. Is it because they're impressed that she can get back up again? Like, I honest, that's not even trying to be shady. Like, I literally, why are you applauding this? Like, it doesn't look good. It's not like a feat of anything. It's just, I was going to say, literally, table shocked party of me. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
Table shocked party of one.
No.
Party of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I really liked Pandora's, like, softness. It felt very, like, sexy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Watching it being like, okay, Bandy. But I will say, I did 100% think that Silky won this. This was the one where she didn't do any tricks, she didn't do any stunts, and I thought I thought Silky made better choices, because Pandora's felt a bit it felt a bit limited, like she was, like, limited in space, whereas, like, Silky did a walk, she was moving around the stage.
She's very at home on that stage. She's been there 15 weeks.
Well, exactly.
I just thought, like, no, yeah, I disagree.
I thought, well, of course, you hate it. It's okay. But yeah, I thought I did like what Pandora did, but I thought she didn't give it. And I thought that it actually, in a time when Silky is just lip syncing, I thought, even though she's not my favourite lip syncer in the world, I thought she did actually do better. And fucking hell, her chiropractor must be shaking when she
probably a millionaire.
Threw herself on. I cannot believe what that bitch puts her body through.
So you applaud it as well, then?
What?
Do you find
not what I said at all.
But do you find it impressive because you just can't believe how much she will throw herself on the ground?
No, I'm the complete opposite actually when it comes to performing, because when you look at someone like, if you look at someone like Shanji, for example, like, she broke her knee from doing dips, where she was in, like, high heels, and her dips always, whenever I watched them, she was like that. I was like, that's so dangerous. Like, Shanji is a fucking great performer.
Quick sidebar, have you seen that video going around in, like, a school where this girl literally...
Yes!
How has she not got a broken back? She literally jumps up, is, like, parallel to the ground, and then, like, lands on the floor.
That's not some year 8 twink that's just seen season 2 of Drag Race. Like, that's a ballroom queen.
But I've never seen, like, such back-breaking levitations.
Incredible. But again, anyone from when I was at college and, like, being around people that actually were part of the ballroom scene, like, there's a very specific way that you dip. First of all, you see, like, when people dip, like, it's a wind down, like, a lot of the time. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they'll be spiraling down to the floor for safety. Obviously, you have, like, fucking crazy people out here. Who is the one in the first season of Legendary, who was, like, giving you dips that were, like, she was, like, jumping in the air.
The one that climbed up the rafters.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh my god! But there's people that, like, really fucking elevate when they dip and stuff. But we, as the drag culture that have created death drops, whatever the fuck they are. Some of these people are doing it so fucking dangerously, and I just, like, when it happens,
that's the death element, I guess.
Yeah, when it happened to Shanji, it was like, baby, safety first always, because you want to be performing like Bianca till you're 95, like, not like kicking yourself out of the game, especially on, like, people like Eureka and stuff. Like, people are doing dips so dangerously, and you will fuck yourself up because you're just throwing yourself on the floor. And when I watch Silky do that with her back, I just think, like, honey, you could give yourself sciatica and be done. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and
remember how you felt about Evie's back and bone problems? Well, you're going to be joining us
soon. And is
soon.
it worth it? Like, does it give you that much of a stunt and a trick to be throwing yourself? But I mean, I did think she won this, and I know you're going to disagree. But next up, we have, this is, for me, this was going to always be the battle. The battle. Because I think, whether you agree or not, Silky and Eureka bring a similar energy to what they do.
Big girls.
No.
No. You must expand them.
No, that I think that they both do sort of, like, very, like, they're comedy, both of them. They'll give you sort of, like, the comedy, looking out at the judges, giving you comedy. Like, they're very sort of, they're both funny bitches. And also, they big girls that really fucking move. They make big choices and really go for it. So I think actually their lip sync style is quite similar. And they both like wipe the stage. They dominate and they have a huge presence. So I think actually, like, if anyone can take her down, it's Eureka. And I really like Eureka
At least physically.
Yeah, I really like Eureka as a lip syncer.
When she walked on, I thought she looked so fucking sick.
Yeah.
With those round glasses and the hair. She just looked like just modern, but like here to fuck it up.
And always the fucking body. Always right. I mean, I don't know what jiggery pokery is going on down there, but like the thought of maybe she's got like super. I've never really noticed this when she's out of drag, but maybe she's got quite a feminine physique. Normally, maybe she cuts in the right place and stuff, but like,
so the corsets can really get in there.
It's just otherwise she must be in fucking pain, like because the body's just always right, the padding, everything. Since you've been gone,
what a banger!
What a banger! But that's not what I would want.
Yeah, I find when we do the Truffle Pigs videos, whenever it's like a rock song, I find it so awkward. All I know about rocking is just fucking mosh pit life. So.
Rockin'.
It really cracked me up though. Like as soon as the like chorus came in, like Eureka doing almost an Ellie Diamond 8 count, like duh, duh, tick, yeah.
But you've
did not go with the music.
if you're a queen that like maybe isn't a dancer, that doesn't think you can't like fall back on just like actual improv. Have a fucking 8 count. It works so
we need
well.
to make a Truffle Pig 8 count.
Yeah, okay. Do you know what Eureka has really nice? She has really nice physical dexterity. She's very clean, very intense, and her energy is always out, which is the fucking gold star. Like, and I just, as soon as she started, I was like, Eureka's got this. Like, she's so, she feels passionate, she feels intense, and
well, she's doing it for her mum as well, wearing the life alert around her
the big
neck.
bitch can move. When she started that 8 count, I thought, yes.
Thoughts on Silky's weight loss journey theme for the routine?
Confusing. I didn't get it personally, but something's not for us. Not getting stuck in the costume, honey. This is why you don't have reveals. If you're going to do 19 different stunts and tricks, one of them is going to fail.
Well, yeah. I mean, we know.
Speak to what's that? Who's butterflies?
Oh God.
Asia.
Sure. Yeah, I was literally like, if TKB loses out on 10k because her wig came off, and you're going to let this be okay, like struggling in a sumo suit leg, like
for so long. But do you know what?
She never got out of it.
Do you know what fucking pissed me off so much? And it terrified me that we might not get Eureka as the proper winner. What fucking terrified me so much is like they didn't really show it.
No.
You could tell that she was at the back of the stage and she was fighting for 30 to 45 seconds, fighting in this costume that would not come off. But why aren't you doing a close-up on her and being like, wow, this is why she's going to go out?
Because it's a fix.
Well, exactly.
So honestly,
and Eureka
this is
was
some
down.
bullshit.
Eureka was down stage centre and she was feeling it.
She was like singing it from her heart, like from pain that she has felt. Like that was a fucking performance.
And I loved, you had the chance, you blew it. I was like, yes! Oh, God, when art imitates life.
Honestly, if they let Eureka go home, I think someone needs to be in charge and call RuPaul's doctor, because something about the medication needs to be revised or topped up or decreased, because this is madness.
I am not having it. Yeah, I found this so unnecessarily stressful when they were like, oh,
the
find out
cliffhanger
next week. I was like, oh.
Thank you for the branding.
I found it so
there.
unnecessarily stressful, and I was like, this cannot happen. I was like, I need to know, because if I don't know what I'm going to do, if it has been a full week and then you find out that Silky goes through, we better get worried, because I'm going to kick the fuck off.
I might take next week off.
Yeah,
if
I think
that's
you
the
should.
case.
It'll be a very hostile environment to work around. But like I said, doth ye not remember last week that like this is all based on the dog shit judging of RuPaul, and that has not steered us well before.
And RuPaul doesn't care. He just wants what he wants.
And he wants the best TV show. I think as well that maybe RuPaul isn't even really pulling the strings. Maybe there is like, you know, like Fenton Bailey of World of Wonder or whatever. It's just like literally sitting there being like, more drama, more theatrics.
What, kind of like the Wizard of Oz with all the pulleys and levers.
Yeah. And RuPaul's just like literally sitting there, just sort of like clapping, waiting to go home. Yeah.
Rose and Thorn.
I'll let you go, Rose and Thorn, first.
My rose was Scarlett's catsuit.
Okay.
Such surprise.
Such surprise just because it's, I mean, it was absolutely gorgeous. I really loved it. But of all the episode...
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I didn't like this episode. And my thorn was just the Silky Nutmeg Ganache agenda that I feel like was being pushed down my throat.
Okay. My rose and my thorn are actually the same thing. It's Akira. As a personal drag fan and huge fan of Akira, my thorn was that it's like, oh, I'm really sad that she didn't come back and that we didn't get that moment. We didn't get one last final moment of Akira that could have been like amazing. But then actually my rose is that like that she prioritized herself, that she decided that like, do you know what, actually it's not.
She's a good girl, isn't she?
That Drag Race isn't the be all and end all of like I existed before it and I exist after it. Like that actually like I think I'm good. And so that was so bittersweet that I was like, good for fucking you for putting yourself first.
But bad for me.
Yeah, but ultimately I want what I want.
Dreamcast.
What's your Dreamcast, Luke's?
It's me, Valentina. I could have. Obviously, she's been in already, but at this point, I don't care. And to be honest, looking through the stable of gals, I don't think there's anyone I haven't said that I would want that hasn't been back
That's
already.
so funny. I literally, when I was like looking for my Dreamcast, I was like going through it and I was like...
Maybe Monica Beverly Hills.
Oh, Monica Beverly Hills!
But yeah, Valentina, like the beauty, the diva, the angel, the muse, the psychopath. I love her.
Yeah,
That's
very
it.
you.
I nearly got a Valentina portrait by Hannah.
Oh, yeah. And also, just a little note, if you want Drag Race portraits done, you need to go check out Hannah because she's got so many sick ones.
Oh, she's got a lovely print you can buy, which is a dream concert of Janet Jackson, Cher and Madonna. She's got a lovely, lovely painting of that. She will do custom paintings for you, maybe of your pets, for your loved one. She's just that bitch.
Truly. That
Tell
bitch.
them again. H.A.N.N.A.H_K.
My Dreamcast would be Muz drag queen, Bob. I would love to see, especially now that she's
You
like...
hate Bob's drag.
Why do you say this?
Because you always...
Her drag. I don't like...
You think Bob's funny, but you like hate what they do. You hate what they did on his season,
That's
drag-wise.
literally what I was about to say. That's literally what I was about to say. After post-season, I was cheering for... It was difficult because remember, it was Bob or Kim or Naomi.
Yeah,
So-
and also that season has... That is real, like, polarising for love and hate that season,
Oh
isn't
my
it?
God, that was the season. You're talking Robbie Turner. You're talking Derek Barry. You're talking who was the
Acid Betty.
Acid Betty.
Thorgy Thor.
Thorgy, but then equally Naomi, Kimberly. Like just oh God, that was a fucking bang. Cheech.
Oh, it's always almost.
Rest in
It's been a
peace.
year, just
Wild.
over. We
Absolute
love you.
wild. Love you, Chi Chi. But for that very reason, since leaving Drag Race, Bob is one of the funniest, if not the funniest. Like, she does so much, like, World of Wonders shit and stuff. She's so visible, and obviously she did the Trixie and Katya show when Katya was unwell and stuff.
She did Race Chaser when Willem was otherwise
She's done Race
engaged.
Chaser, and whatever she's on, she is so fucking funny. Like, and obviously Sibling Rivalry, like, she's so great. And also, I love as well that she just always calling everyone out. She's the messiest on the internet. Just like, have you seen the whole thing that she's been really not stirring the pot? 'Cause obviously there's no actual drama, but that when Thorgy was on the pit stop, she was really rude about Tia Coffee.
What?
And she keeps on...
Our good sis, Tia Maria.
Yeah, but obviously, like, if you're Tia Coffee, who is worried about what Thorgy Thor is saying? Like,
I'd be worried about
the
speaking
icon...
to a woman of colour when I've got that on my head, to be honest.
Well, exactly. The icon, the legend, the star that is Tia Coffee is not worried about Thorgy Thor.
No.
But Thorgy Thor was basically saying, I mean, I don't want to give any sort of air to this bullshit, but she was like basically saying like, oh, does Tia Coffee must have someone that she knows at BBC or paid her way onto Drag Race. Sure. Feeling good, looking gorgeous. Anyway, well,
Get out of here.
if you don't recognise an icon, none of that's really your fault, not mine. But then Bob was like atting Tia and was being like, Tia, do you know that Thorgy's going to be in the UK for the Drag Round? Like, she's got some things to say that she wants to say to your face. Like, just like being like,
Let's rush her.
the ultimate fucking troll. And then obviously like Tia being the greatest was just like obviously joking and stuff with it. But I just love Bob so much post-season, but I didn't like anything. When I think of Bob, I think of her fucking unitard robot thing, where she had one eye painted. I think
of Bob taking off the coat with the cowboy hat. Why did I bother putting on this song for then?
Yeah, and I just think...
And boot scooting on the main stage.
I just think the fashions were so bad. Like, they were terrible. We've never had a winner that has had such bad fashions. Like, she didn't have one look in the whole season.
I'm racking my brain because I don't want to agree.
Rack that brain and give me even one look that was above a 7 truffles. Give me one thought.
I didn't mind her book one that she got read for with the like sort of cascading side hair. She looked quite pretty then.
I mean, reach.
I love Bob, so I'm not going to say
the reach
anything.
heard around the world. But she obviously has access to her drag. Is like really. I really love her paint now. It's so she does like real like severe. Like drawn eyes.
Well, she had gone out with Tracy Martel, hasn't she?
Yeah, I really like it. And I just think that she's such a fantastic fucking winner and such a fantastic queen that I'd love to see her come back now with a bit more refinement. And
everyone always says as well, if there's a winner's season, like Bob's going to win. Like that's just like a known fact.
No, I disagree. Shay.
Cher will win.
Cher will turn up. And well, you know, Cher has refused just multiple times. There's a couple of people that RuPaul is just like, due to scheduling, that we have just never been able to get, and it's
I don't think Cher's schedule's that busy at the moment.
Cher, Madonna, and Dolly. And Dolly has said, like, I will 100% come on as soon as I can. But
she's out here saving the world.
Yeah, she's doing vaccines, and you are fracking. Like, you are not built the same.
No. Can I ask you a quick question?
Please, I wish you would.
How long's this pod been so far?
It's a mere an hour and a half.
Oh, that's okay. I thought it would be 2 hours. Well, in that case, let's talk for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Give the kids what they want. No, let's stop fucking.
Dear Lord, what a sad little life, Jane.
Honestly, we better get on with some of these wigs.
Oh my God, people have wigs that they're waiting for. Right, okay. Well, I guess we'll see you next week then.
See you next week. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, share.
Yeah, please share, disseminate amongst the friends and the fans of the drag. We love you, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.